Welcome to West 10 Media Signing Day coverage. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Now check out the next athlete, student athlete, that's going to secure their future.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming today, taking the time to be here. Obviously, this is a huge day for Priest and his whole family and our football team, our school in general. You know, remember I was thinking about what I was going to say and thinking about Priest's journey within our program, and within our school, and our community. Basically, from the get-go, this is the day that he's talked about. This is the day that he's dreamed about. It's the day that he's worked towards. I was talking with Thomas earlier. It's something that he's never wavered from. He asked, what's something that Priest can pass on to the next group of players? And I think the biggest thing is a level of hard-headedness, and I'm going to do this, and nobody is going to steer me away from it, and just the ability to couple that with working really, really hard and having that understanding that if I put in this work, my time is going to come. I talked about this at our football banquet a few months ago, but the day that Priest stepped on campus, he started doing this stuff to kind of try and stand out to the football coaches and kind of get noticed. So we'd be talking on the practice field. Like he hadn't really seen a whole lot of playing time at that point. He was just a freshman, a lot smaller than he is now. But he used to run past us while we're having a coaches meeting. We'd be standing in the weight room, and he was notorious for running around in his orange backpack. You just see him bobbing past one of the windows, bobbing past the next one. And then the next year, his sophomore year, he kind of stepped into a role of playing a lot more and helped us a ton. Coach Mack can tell you the time at Clarksville, that was a tough year, but one of the high points, funny memories, was he caught a full body cramp in Clarksville, and we were feeding him chips or something to try and get it back. But all throughout that, you know, his junior year comes around and he wants to play an even bigger role. A freak accident happens like 2 or 3 days after I take the head coaching job. He breaks his foot, ends up having to have surgery and miss the whole year. Thinking back to that moment, that was kind of the point at which he could have said, okay, it's probably not going to work out for me. I got to find a way back on the field just to play. The whole college thing, like it may not pan out for me, but to his credit, he worked really, really hard and came back from it. And then this past year, we throw him into different positions that he didn't even really want to play, but we needed him to play, and just did a great job for us. Opened up doors for us and for other guys that wouldn't have been open if he doesn't take those positions and those opportunities. And that's something that I think speaks to him and his selfless nature. He was willing to do a lot of stuff that we just admitted a lot of us wouldn't be willing to do. And so for all of that, those 4 years, and way beyond that, I know for him this is stemmed from even the Pee Wee days. But for all of that to culminate in this moment, it's really, really cool to see. It's not only cool for Priest, but for all of us who invested in it. Obviously his mother, just an angel, always, you know, the positive, shedding a positive light on things and trying to steer them in the right direction. Our coaching staff, I know we've had thousands of hours of conversations with Priest about what the future looks like and what the season looks like. Our counselors, Ms. Laura, administration, his teachers, and his teammates as well. And so for all of us, this is a big day as well. He gets to come in here and sign a piece of paper that says, I accomplished all these things, I checked all these boxes, now I get to go and do something else. And so on behalf of all of us, football coaches, teammates, our school in general, congratulations. This is something that you earned. It's not something that was just handed to you. It's not something that you were born and you were just, this was going to happen for you. And at every point you earned this opportunity. So at this time, again, thank you all for coming. I want to I'm going to turn it over to Priest, and he's going to sign. But before that, you all would give him a round of applause.
play football. I want to thank them for giving me the ability to just be able to play the sport, and I would like to thank my mom for supporting me through the hard times, and I would like to thank my grandparents for being here, and I thank all of you for being here. I'll just tell y'all just a short little story. When I broke my ankle last year, 2 years ago, I would convince my mom to take me just to the gym and work out for 3-4 days a week, just do an upper body while during the season. And I'm thankful she did that, because without my mom, I probably wouldn't be here talking to y'all today. She's my everything. I love my mom. I thank my grandparents for always believing in me and always for always not doubting me for a second. And also my mom too. I would like to thank my coaches and my administration and the teachers for always being really nice to me and always just showing a lot of kindness. I like to thank everybody that's here today for showing me kindness and showing me just what it means to be a good person. And yeah, I just want to thank y'all for being here today. And,
Hi, it's Thomas Ellis Jr. here with another signing day. This is a special signing day for me. My boy, Priest Timberlake, former Tipton-Rosemark Academy, rebel soon to be graduate of TRA, and next step, Bethel University. How does that sound? How does that feel?
It feels really good. Like, I want to cry right now, but like, it's just something's not letting me or whatever. So it feels.
I think the camera might be keeping from crying.
But it feels really good right now. It sounds really well. There were times where I didn't think I was going to play college football, even when I was getting offers left and right. There was just times where I didn't think I would play because of my lack of height and size. So, yeah.
But it hasn't stopped you before. You've always been determined. Severe ankle injury junior year didn't stop you. What has kept you going?
My dream is going to the NFL.
It's that simple. So a dream has to have work put into it, but also outside the individual putting in the work, a dream needs support. Where did the first piece of support come from? I know the answer, but I want to hear you say it.
Well, it was God, but it was mainly my mom.
You got both of them. Okay, how did your faith get you here today?
Well, God put me through a lot of trials and tribulations so I could be prepared for this. That's what God likes to do. You can ask Him for something, like if you want to go to the NBA or anything, He will grant you that wish, but He has to prepare you for that in order for you to, like, if you want that dream. That's what my mom told me. Yeah.
And you've been fortified, to say the least. How did Mom help you over the years?
Well, she gave me a lot of advice, and I'm pretty hard-headed. I did listen. I tried to listen, but now I can see what she means by God's timing is always right, and she helped me a lot. She got me through a lot of just very difficult situations in my life. I thank my mom for helping me get through that.
Yeah, because we could have been doing this for you going down to Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
But Mom wanted you closer to home. so you go to the camp up at Bethel, and from the sources I heard, you showed out. But not only on the field, the coaches wanted to talk to you. You were one of the only few players that they talked to after the drills, the sessions. When you took feedback from them, they saw you executed out there. How important was that venture up there to Bethel?
Well, I'm hard on myself a lot, so like after the camp, I was like, man, I don't know if I played well enough, or man, I don't know. But I think everybody said I played well, but I'm hard on myself, so I said I played all right. So, but after when they talked to me, that meant a lot to me because I didn't think I played that well, and they talked to me, and they obviously wanted me.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, they me and the coaches. At first, they couldn't offer me because I already had it was like a Bethel opportunity or something like that, scholarship.
You had a scholarship lined up.
Yeah, and then I guess later on they found money, or they were able to switch it out or something like that, and they offered me.
That's when you know somebody really wants you, because you really wanted it. Another sacrifice that I saw you make personally here at TRA me and you talked, you wanted to be the next big running back star. You wanted about 15 carries a game, 20 carries a game. But your team needed you elsewhere. All that bulk that you put on, like, we need you on the D-line. We need you to block. We need you to be fullback. And you made that sacrifice for your team, and Coach Dean expressed his gratitude for that. Talk about having a team-first approach, and hey, you still landed your dream.
Yes, sir.
How important is it to, what would you advise to younger kids out there about putting team first?
Well, putting team first is like, you can't, when in any sport, and in a team sport, you can't be selfish. You have to be able to put everybody else first before you, because if you don't, then you could be holding your team back. If you're just focused on, oh, I want to play wide receiver, and nothing's going to stop me or whatever, your team's not going to succeed when they need you somewhere else.
Hey, you learned that from family. Miss Kim, Mr. Charles, your grandparents, they did that for you. A lot of people made sacrifices for you, including the person that's sitting with you right now. I have to share the story before we wrap up. I met you before you went into high school up at the YMCA. A young kid, shy but not shy, because you haven't met a stranger. You're not afraid to go up and talk to people when, I guess, God put something on your heart. So you come up to me in the Y that day, and you asked me for some help. And I said, what do you need help on? And you gave me a very honest answer, everything. I was like, okay. And you asked me, so when you coming back? I was like, I'm usually here on Sundays around 2. Guess who kept showing up Sundays around 2? And we worked out together for a little while, and then your mom came to make sure, who's this guy telling my baby about protein and do all this and do all that? So I met your lovely mom, and I was like, okay, this kid has a strong support system. But I saw your strength and how determined you were to reach your dream over that next couple of months. So I'm not surprised to see you sitting here. And another reason I'm not surprised, because now I go on your TikTok to get your workout tips and take from you. But everything I see on there, it has one consistent thing: NFL. So my last question for you: 3, 4, 5 years from now, when your mom be calling me and say, doing my baby's draft story or his free agent story, will that happen?
Yes, sir, it will happen.
I don't doubt you. But what's it going to take?
It's going to take everything. It's going to take a lot. I'm willing to sacrifice everything to get there.
I know that firsthand, and then you can pay me back with buying me my own personal gym one day. No, I'm just kidding, man. But Priest, congratulations. I'm proud of you. And good luck at the next level, my friend.
So thank you, man.